Good morning, Bryson. Yeah, it's a calm start to the day for sure. A lot calmer here than it is at the Gulf Coast, still dealing with Hurricane Sally, just churning up that Gulf this morning. But things are quiet elsewhere. We're really calm across the Delta this morning. And as for temperatures, it's actually not that bad. Temperatures in the low 70s, upper 60s in Oxford and Tunica, 74 in Greenwood. A little bit warmer to the south. Meridian, Vicksburg, both at 77. Little Rock and Pine Bluff in the 60s this morning. But I do have good news. It does look like a cold front is indeed going to pass this time. I know we kind of hyped one up about a week and a half ago and it didn't make it through, but this one, yeah, it's going to bring us some cooler weather. So Thursday night, we're going to have that front move through. Daytime high is going to be back into the lower 80s, so very comfortable, low humidity, and overnight lows could even dip into the 50s. So that is definitely a nice change coming our way. But first, we got to get through Sally. Not really going to impact us all that much, but it is going to be a very impactful storm to the Gulf of Mexico. Notice these heavy rain bands moving into Mobile, all the way into the Florida Panhandle. And you can kind of see that eye wall there, pretty defined storm. And again, this has weakened a little overnight. There's a lot of upwelling, a lot of that cool water from the middle or bottom of the ocean starting to churn up, and that actually cooled down sea surface temperatures just a bit, and that actually provoked some weakening of this storm. But again, it may strengthen a little more today, but as of now, starting to become more of a Category 1 threat, but still going to be a high wind threat for locations as well as heavy rain and storm surge. But as for the Delta, things aren't going to be that active today. We'll have a couple of pop-up thunderstorms later this afternoon, and again, everything will move from the east to the west. And again, this is associated with the outermost influence of Sally, but it's not going to be that big of a deal here. No severe weather expected. We could have some brief heavy downpours, and that's about it. And it will be breezy at times. Wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour, but again, that's really not going to cause any damage. And as we go through tomorrow, a little bit cooler. We'll have some cloud cover, maybe some sprinkles, but again, most of the heavy rain stays to our east over the next couple of days. And tracking out Sally, moving extremely slow, 2 miles per hour to the northwest, 85 mile per hour sustained winds. And look, it's very close to the coast of Mississippi and Alabama, but not expected to make landfall until 1 o'clock tomorrow, which is nearly 30 hours. So it's just going to be churning and bringing in that heavy rain and storm surge constantly, and that's what's going to be the main issue, storm surge and heavy rain. It could be a historic rain event for some in Alabama, coastal Mississippi, and the panhandle of Florida, and this thing finally picks up speed into the weekend. But again, when I mention rain, here's what I'm talking about. Mobile, you could see up to 18 inches of rain. Now, this is just a projection, but still, that is very impressive. And you can see those white and purple areas all across southern Alabama, anywhere from a foot of rain expected across these areas. Panama City, 14, even all the way up into Montgomery, Atlanta, and Birmingham, upwards of 4 or 5 inches of rain possible. And notice that cuts off pretty quickly into Mississippi. So the threats here in Mississippi going to be relatively low, especially here in the Delta. And as for the storm surge, that's going to be another thing that's going to impact coastal Mississippi. Not something we have to worry about, but if you have friends and family down there who live on the coast, they're going to be dealing with 6 to 9 feet of that storm surge. But again, for us, minimal impacts Tuesday through Wednesday, just some spotty showers and thunderstorms, and maybe wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. So we dodged a bullet on this one, but it's still very active in the Atlantic Basin. We have 3 other active storms, which makes a total of 4. Paulette, who is a Hurricane, Teddy, a tropical storm, and Vicky, also a tropical storm. Next up, Wilfred. After Wilfred, we go to the Greek alphabet, so it would be Alpha, and that hasn't happened since 2005, and that was the only time it's happened. So it's been an incredible year. We'll keep you updated through the rest of hurricane season. But again, for today, just some scattered showers. Not everyone's going to see rain today. It is going to be warm, highs of around 90 tonight, a few spotty showers early, then some clearing, and by tomorrow, 87, scattered thunderstorms, and it will be breezy at times the next couple of days. And then as we go through Thursday, that front passes through, bringing in cooler weather. And look at that, overnight lows potentially into the 50s. So maybe some sweater weather as we wake up Saturday and Sunday morning, Bryce.